get it going with what are 5 to 6 new teams you have making the playoffs? Vic, why don't you start us off since
There we go.
you have the talking stick.
Yeah, here, I'm going to go right through these. I'm going to give my predictions real quick as we go through this. So, the 5 new teams I have making the playoffs this year, it's the Bengals, the Titans, the Raiders, Cardinals, Jets, and Falcons. The trending pick I'm fading this year is the Texans. My last to first pick is the Bengals and the Titans. My bold prediction for the season is that Dak Prescott gets traded to the Raiders. The NFL coach on the hottest seat is Mike Tomlin. The team that will end up with the number 1 pick is the New England Patriots. And then I'm going to give you my division winners, guys. I have the Chiefs, Bengals, Titans, and Jets. My 3 wild cards are Raiders, Jets, Colts. Then moving on to the NFC, I have the 49ers, Lions, Falcons, and Eagles winning their divisions. And then my 3 wild cards are Cardinals, Packers, and Rams. And then my Super Bowl, I have the Bengals over the Lions.
Man, we just okay. I think I'm gonna just drop the
Yeah.
5 teams. We just dropped everything, Vic.
Yes.
There.
Yes.
Let me ask you. Can I put up your
Yes.
team actually here?
Yes.
Why are actually I like most of your teams there, but why are you high on the Titans? And let me know about the Raiders if you want, because
Okay. So
we
with
know you like the Raiders, so I want to hear
yeah.
some valid points.
Yeah, so I'll start with the Titans here. The reason I like the Titans, as we talked about, they're the one. There's always surprises with every team. We know this, right, guys? We talked about this. We know that 5 to 6 teams make the playoffs, and one of them is usually one of those teams that nobody thinks about. Last year was the Texans, the Packers. We saw different teams make the playoffs. The Browns, that was one of my teams I picked last season. The reason I'm going with the Titans this season is because one, that division has changed winners the last 3 seasons. It's been the Jaguars, and the Texans the last couple of years. They went from last to first, so I'm just going with the Titans as well. And then, as I talked about, I really like what they've done defensively and offensively. And then bringing in Brian Callahan, he's gonna, I'll talk about Brian Callahan later on, but I think what he did with the Bengals once Joe Burrow went down was put, their backup under center. I I really like, he's one of those John Gruden disciples that a lot of people don't remember that he was on that coaching staff. And then he got to learn under Zach Taylor. He learned that Sean McVay offense, and then the additions on defense, as I talked about. They just traded for Ernest Jones. They have a good defensive line. My only thing is the offensive line. Their defense I think will be better. They also have a Mike McDonald disciple running that defense. So I think for me, my biggest question mark for this team is going to be what they do, with their offensive line. If their offensive line comes along, then I think they're going to win that division. But for me, that was the team. I'm not a big believer in the Texans. They had a schedule last year where they had no primetime games, and that first place schedule is really tough. We've seen that. They're my team of what I saw from the Eagles last year, where they had all these great expectations and they couldn't live up to it. And I think CJ Stroud is a stud, but you're also having to deal with the first place schedule. Can they meet expectations? And that's hard for that a team like the Texans to make that jump. So that's why I'm kind of fading the Texans.
I don't know how you feel about the Titans, Fernando. I'm starting to like them more, but not to the point where I want to have them in the playoffs. But I really like that trade for Ernest Jones. I think the offensive line. I know you're worried about it, Vic, but I think they're actually not in bad shape. But Lloyd Cushenberry, the third at center. You got J.C. Latham at left. You got Skornarski from last year, so it's
Hmm.
coming along. And then you have Brian Callahan, who was a good opposite corner, not a play caller with Zach Taylor, but so I like him more and more. But maybe Fernando, if you want to take it away from here, it's just the Mayo guy. Like, how much of a big jump can Will Levis have in year 2? That's my thing where I kind of hold back. Like, he's not CJ Stroud. I don't like Will Levis as much as I like Anthony Richardson. And I still, obviously, Trevor Lawrence has been up and down, but he's still not Trevor Lawrence to me. That's where I really kind of stop with the Titans.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's here! He's here!
Took forever. What is he doing?
What are you talking about? Taking forever. Sorry, guys.
5. We've been here for an hour 18.
Some of us have to work over here. I don't get it. Let me wake up at 10:30. Oh, a story get at maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, when you work your ass off like I did, you get a cushion job where you're at home in pajamas until 10 a.m.
Have a few margaritas. Have a few margaritas at brunch. Look at this.
When you change your mindset to a CEO and a boss, why am I quoting freaking Sasha Banks?
That's what you like. You like losers. You like
work
losers.
less, you get paid more. Okay.
Speaking of that, Dan, I waited for you to get here so that we could have Gilberto go next.
Actually, no, you started the predictions without Dan, so that's why.
Well, yeah, but Dan knew I was gonna start it without. I told him, hey, if you don't, he's like, start the show. I'll show up when I need to show up.
Why can't he shit on Victor's picks? He has the Raiders. Shit on him. Come on. Sorry, I can't say.
Oh,
so you want him to crap on my picks, huh, Fernando? You want to crap
again? Oh, guess what? Guess who's not up there, Frau? Do you have a Chiefs picture? Who's that behind you in red? Right there,
what?
right behind you.
Oh, actually, that's Josh. It's the glare, but there's actually Josh Allen jumping over L'Jarius Sneed, or no, actually Justin Reed. Never mind. So enjoy that.
Look at that. Look at that.
But it is a Chiefs player on there, Dan.
I didn't know you were that big of a Chiefs fan. Wow, we got Nick Wright on the show. Nick Wright.
It's a magazine.
How you doing, Nick?
You know, when you get a job like mine, you work at SI, you get to hang banners.
Oh, sorry. Perdóname, my lord. Over here.
Well, before we start, Dan, how you been? Can you tell us what's going on in your life, please?
I've been good, bro. Just been grinding. The grind never stops. No rest for the wicked. Let me tell you what I did this weekend. On Saturday, I had a few beers on island. Shout out to my buddy who lives on Cornwall Island now.
What? Sorry.
On Sunday, I had a few more beers at my cousin's fake birthday party.
What?
And on Monday, I had a few more beers after practice on Labor Day, baby.
Yeah. What?
What's a fake birthday party?
It's fake. I can't. I don't need to go into detail.
I'm guessing because it wasn't on his birthday that annoyed you.
Sure.
Let's go with that.
Oh, okay. We can't say that's not a good thing.
It's they sang happy birthday for somebody else instead of Little Daniel, so it was a little weird.
Well, there's like 80,000 Daniels there in that family. So they sang to you or what?
Little Daniel is like, it's like the kid who picks the short stick every time. It's just the funniest thing ever. It's like a car crash. You have to look like it's hilarious. He's the smartest dumb kid I know. So
one day we need to have little Daniel on to defend himself.
I try to get him on. I try to get him on Compas FC, but he's expletive that I choose not to use right now.
All right.
I missed the
there you go.
Shout out Mimsy.
So Dan, obviously, Vic went just. Dan,
I'll move it closer. Does that sound better?
Yes, it does.
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
You're
I was yelling. I was.
Are you like sitting in front of a hat rack? Why are those floating hats?
The problem is like someone moved my desk, and now I have a smaller thing, and I was trying to do it. So I'll just unscrew it.
There's no respect for your office, apparently.
I'm telling you. My boy Tommy. That's a real godsend right there. Not like that other useless piece of shit. I won't say who. That's a real godsend. What's up, my boy? All the way from New York.
Dan loves New
York. Not that shitty Jay-Z song. Here it goes. Is this better?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. All right.
What do you see? What do you say? What do you know?
So, Dan, just well, Vic, you didn't tell us why you had the Raiders making the playoffs.
Yeah, Dan's gonna laugh.
They want to laugh at you. They want to laugh at you.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. I'm okay with that. I haven't picked the Raiders since we've been, here.
No,
by the
no,
way.
no. It's a no. I'm not going
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
that dude.
Okay.
No. I'm
Frown,
actually
please.
curious.
Have you not
Okay.
seen the great teams Tom Telesco has built in
Yes,
his 11
exactly.
years?
I mean,
My God, put some respect
look
on
at
his
look
name.
at those teams he's built before. But no, I mean, part of the reason that I really like this team is number one, the Raiders don't have any drama going into the season. As we've seen for the last 5 years, if you even go back to last year with the Chandler Jones situation, you
Oh,
had,
man.
going on. They don't have. I thought the Antonio Pierce bankruptcy thing was going to be an issue going into the season. It didn't turn into that. What I really like about this team is their defense. We talked about it. They finished top 5 in defense to end the season. I know a lot of people were saying, well, like it was against crappy team, but I mean they punched the Chiefs, in the mouth. That wasn't a fluke. Even the Chiefs said thank you for doing that because that led to us going on that run.
Please, we all know what led to that run.
I really do like what, and then now you give Antonio Pierce an offseason to get his players. Now, as you guys talked about, you guys said that Tom Telesco has been a failure with the Chargers. One thing he's been able to do is draft in the first couple rounds, which we know the Raiders have been really bad. I can give you a list of the last 5 drafts that they've had in the first round. They've all been bad outside of Josh Jacobs. They go out there and they get
Bro, you could go the last 20 years. And
yeah, you can go the last 20 years. I mean, it's been
you a
pretty
Even
bad with
last
their
year,
first round
Tyree
pick.
Wilson.
Can I
Yeah.
tell you a secret?
Yeah, Tyreek Wilson has been another issue too. But like I said, with Patrick Graham leading, he's going to be in his 3rd year with that defense, and there's a lot of guys that people don't even know about in that defense that are primed for breakouts this season, offensively as well. I told you guys, I don't know where to go with this team at the beginning of training camp because I didn't know what to expect from Luke Getsy. Now, one of Luke Getsy's mentors is Mike McCarthy. He's gonna run that 12 personnel West Coast offense with the 2 tight ends, Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers. You bring in, someone in, the little white boy, what little ass boy
Hunter
as
Renfro.
Oh,
yeah,
Garner Minshew.
Garner
Minshew.
Minshew.
Oh.
And last year with the Colts, he almost took them to the playoffs, right? And he did it with less talent. This is the best talent Gardner Minshew has ever had outside of being with the Eagles, where he never was going to play. He was never going to replace Jalen Hurts. So you add that to the mix here. And then one of the things that nobody is talking about with the Raiders is they have the exact same schedule that the Texans had last year. They only got 2 primetime games. One is a Black Friday game. Having that much rest is going to help. And I know people don't look at those things, but at the end of the year, when you don't have expectations, that's when teams like this team won 8 games last season with all their turmoil. They had Devontae Adams who hated McDaniels. You fire McDaniels. You had an interim coach, and yet they won 8 games. You're telling me this team can win 2 more games and make it into the playoffs as a 7th seed? That's not a hard thing to imagine here. So that's why I have them in over the Chargers at this point. And the reason I was going to put the Chargers, but as Gilbert has pointed out many times now, the thing is, I want to see it before I believe it. I picked the Chargers to make the playoffs 3 out of the last 4 years, and I just can't do it anymore. I'm sorry. I can't go with that anymore.
They're laughing at that comment there from hanging with. Wait, I'm not even gonna read the name. I got it, but yeah.
That's probably Beetlejuice right there. Beetlejuice. You almost got caught, Ilberto.
Yeah,
You almost got
wait.
caught. You almost
Hanging with Aaron, apparently. There's many Aarons in the world, and Hernandez's.
Hey,
what an idiot! Oh my god!
Okay. No, those are,
I mean, I'm not the only one that has the Raiders in the playoffs.
that's
by the
okay.
way.
That's no, and that's the one I want to get to. I want to hear.
I'm ready.
I was
the
gonna
next
tell you.
individual of why.
Speaking of the Raiders drafting terribly, I got some bad news for you. and it's only just begun.
All right. I want to hear your
Yeah, I'll take my time because obviously I'm gonna hear Dan just crap on everything. But I'll start off with the 5 new teams. I got 7 new teams. I don't care about what happened last year. So you can laugh all you want, Dan. I don't give a crap. It's a new year, but I don't have the Chargers in the playoffs. We can start there. So
whack. Guaranteed AFC championship now.
for my teams and 7 new teams.
You have the Bears? Are you kidding
Can I
me?
read? Can I read?
I don't know. Can you?
I'm surprised you know how to read, but let me read. Raiders, Jets, Colts, Bengals, Cardinals, Falcons, Bears. Now, let me explain. Like the Jets, I don't have to defend too much because here's the teams
Bengals, you don't have
there's probably like maybe 5 really good teams. Well, let me give you the teams in the AFC that I really like a contender for a Super Bowl. You got the Jets and the Bills. I like those 2. That's 2 right there. You in the AFC South, I like the Colts and I like the Texans. That's 2 right there. I don't have to debate too much. And then for the North, I like the Bengals a lot. I don't really care for the Ravens, but you want the Ravens? Put the Ravens. I don't care. Whatever. Those are contenders right there. And then in the AFC West, to get 2 teams there, obviously the Chiefs. And then it's like a decision between the Raiders and the Chargers. And I already crapped on the Chargers earlier this offseason, so you guys are not surprised there. But I wasn't high on the Raiders until they finally went with Gardner Minshew because I wasn't high on Aiden O'Connell. I really like that defense. They also have experience, like Victor said, with Antonio Pierce coming back and Patrick Graham coming back. They have Devontae Adams. They got Brock Bowers now. They got Zamir White. I think last year Pierce showed a couple things. They're going to be tough. They can run the football. Same thing that Jim Harbaugh is trying to do with the Chargers. And to give you guys the point here, you won't like me. I get it, listeners and viewers of Compas on the Beat. But I just don't understand with the Jim Harbaugh stuff. He's going to come in and fix everything. I'm not high on the interior offensive line. I'm not high on the running backs. I like Justin Minter a lot as a coordinator, but you have issues in the interior of the defensive line. You have issues at cornerback. It just seems like a lot of work for Jim Harbaugh to fix the Chargers. But the Raiders, it just seems like Victor said, a little more. It's like you're familiar with the defense. It could be a top 5 unit. I'm not gonna lie, guys. That's a good defense right there. They got Christian Wilkins. Yes, the quarterback is an issue, but I have them in the 7th seed. I'm not gonna totally put the Raiders out there like that. But I had like one open spot. I had fun with it. Whatever. I went with the Raiders. But the ones that I don't like anymore because everybody's picking them. The Falcons are a trendy pick. Dan, you can make fun of the Bears if you want. Caleb Williams is pretty impressive, but it's preseason. Okay, he can throw the football.
Impressive.
And then the Cardinals, I think people are jumping around there, but yeah,
I saw 2 Hard Knocks episodes, and I knew enough. I saw enough. I was like, this is not going to be good. This is going to be garbage.
Was he carrying a purse or whatever?
I didn't say it. That's you. I
okay,
don't know.
But
there could be other reasons.
Yeah, I went a little too much with the teams that didn't make it last year, but 7, whatever. I'm having fun with it. I'm tired of picking like the same teams over and over again.
Especially the Cardinals. Don't you know a new Call of Duty's dropping pretty soon?
Yes, I do. See, you don't like Caleb Williams. You don't like Kyler Murray. You don't like the Raiders. I get it. Pick apart, Dan. Go ahead.
No, well, I think the Raiders are going to be better with Gardner Minshew. That's 100%.
Okay.
Are they going to be able to put up points? I think it's going to be the biggest thing. So, I mean, we'll see about that. I think they're a good week 1 test opponent for the Chargers just because, again, like you said, that defense is – Patrick Graham's already been there for 2 or 3 years or whatever you said. They were a good defense last year. They were hard, physical last year when AP took over. But I think the biggest thing, I don't know if they're going to be able to score points. I don't know if they're going to be able to sustain drives. And as good of a defense as you might have, they're going to get some tired legs in the second half if they can't sustain drives. And again, give me the son of Odin over anybody. I think we're going to be A-okay. I think the Chargers are going to be able to figure it out. Because, like I said, they have a last place schedule. They're going to have at least a little bump of having a new coach because in Staley's first 2 years, they had all that, drama, dysfunction, whatever you want to call it, made a wild card one year and they won 9 games the other year, I think, or 8 games or something like that.
They won.
It's
9.
like you're telling me Jim Harbaugh can't add 2 to 3 more W's in the column, those tight games. That's the only thing I'm saying. I mean, I know it's a little bit of the homer pick and everything else, but I just think there's a new sheriff in town and he's going to put the whole league on notice. Hopefully.
What what I'm questioning is Antonio Pierce is my biggest question.
Yeah,
The
that's fair.
honeymoon phase is over. I mean, last year that's why that Chiefs game, I get it. Like, it was awesome, but you were kind of on that high of, hey, F Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
We're smoking cigars in the locker room. We're
Yeah.
having fun. We're doing all this. Now it's like, now there's expectations on the team. So that's kind of my biggest question. But I kind of see where you guys are coming from with everything. But my biggest question, the whole drama free, I don't know if they're drama free. There's a guy in there that he's stirring something up, and I know for sure. And that's 17. Devontae Adams isn't as happy as what everybody thinks he is. I think Devontae's a little frustrated with all this. You saw it on the documentary last year. And then now you're kind of, I think there's going to be something. If Gardner, let's just say, throws 2 or 3 picks within the first 2 weeks, he's going to start getting frustrated. And I think he's going to be like, you know what am I doing here? Like, I want to go play with a serious quarterback. And I'm sure Devontae's going to look at himself and be like, I'm 32 years old. I'm up there in age, or 31. I can't remember how old he is.
31.
But I want to go win with a team that actually has a chance to win the Super Bowl, not spend my time here where next offseason it could be Dak Prescott coming in. It could be Shedeur Sanders. It could be Carson Beck.
There he is.
It could be somebody else. So I have a lot of questions about that. And then the secondary, Jack Jones takes a lot of risks. And with risk comes getting burned on some. So, and I like Jack Jones because of the fieriness. Like, I love that when we went to that practice, he was chirping hard at Devontae. He was chirping at the receivers. But I'm just trying to see what – I'm wondering what this team is going to look like this year. And I just have I have questions about the Chargers. I have questions about every single team, even the Chiefs. But
that was a good one. You should throw that one up there.
No, hell no.
Those are all Chat GPT. Don't give them credit.
But I just I mean, and I get it. I mean, Gilbert, you've gotten burned how many times by the Chargers picking them before the season? So,
but that's the problem. That's the problem. He keeps picking
that's what I'm
them.
saying.
It's the curse. It's the curse.
But and I
I
understand
didn't pick them last year. They won a division. I think that was 2 years ago.
No, you did pick them last year. You did pick
them
them
to make the
2
playoffs.
years ago. It was 2 years ago.
I blend them together.
But all right, go with your next one.
What's next? I already lost track.
All right, trendy pick. You're fading.
Oh yeah, so I can see why the Ravens are a contender. If you want to put them in there, I know it's funny because hearing Tyler talk about the Ravens, I'm like, oh crap. Like I don't have the Ravens in the playoffs. I'm sorry, I won't tell Tyler right now. But like I'm gonna admit it. I like whatever what angels say. Gilberto's on that some good stuff. Yeah, maybe I was. Sometimes I needed to go to sleep. Whatever. But yeah, when you're making picks, I want to get like I want to have something different. And yeah, exactly. It's for medical stuff, but I want to have fun with the picks because it is the NFL. You like I heard somebody today who was walking on the beach making a TikTok that for the last 34 years.
That guy's a jackass. That guy's a jackass.
For the last 34
that
years,
was the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
There's been 4 teams that didn't make the playoffs last year to make it the next year. So
can we act our age? Get off the social media. Leave that for the kids.
All right, last.
But yeah, sorry, the Ravens and go ahead, friend. We are wasting time.
No, last to first pick.
Yeah, so technically I guess the Bengals would be my last to first because I have the Bengals winning the division and surprisingly I have the Bengals the only team coming out of the AFC North. I didn't pick I don't like the Browns. Until Deshaun Watson leaves, I'm not gonna pick the Browns. I just don't like the Browns, unless it's Joe Flacco. And then the Steelers have Russell Wilson. I'm sorry, I'm not picking you. And the Ravens have a lot of issues with Derrick Henry and the offensive lineman. No, Derrick Henry's not an issue. He's just old, but I just have one team in the AFC North coming out is the Bengals, which I am a little surprised about that. Only one team from a very good division. So I'm going to go just for the crap and giggles there because I am on some good stuff. I'm going to go with the Commanders to go from last to first. I don't have them in the playoffs, but as a side bet for just some.
Wait, how do you have them going from? Oh, a side bet. Okay, my bad.
It's a side bet because I don't have them. I already have the freaking Cardinals in the damn playoffs. I can't pick the entire crappy teams from last year in the playoffs. Okay. I know that I'm going bold here, but I think the Commanders, if there's one division that you could steal, I think the Eagles are a little overrated. I like the Eagles. I picked them, but they're a little overrated. Cowboys are definitely going to have some issues with all the drama, whatever. And then the Giants are the Giants. So I'll take a chance with the Commanders and Jaden Daniels, but go ahead.
What is your one bold prediction?
What the? Oh yeah, I got this.
Jordan.
Actually, yes. I was mentioning at the top of the show. I picked the Packers last year when nobody else did. All right, give me a
Facts.
point here,
I don't
Dan.
know about that. I'd have
I-
to check the tape.
I said they're gonna make the playoffs when everybody's saying they're young, they're inexperienced. Shut the hell up. I picked them, okay, to go to the playoffs.
You're a
Jordan
big
Love.
LaFleur guy, huh?
And
You guys
but
fly in the
wait,
same
but
circles.
wait. I said Jordan Love's gonna have a good year. It's gonna impress people. Now I'm saying the opposite. I think there's too much love for Jordan Love. People think he's gonna be the next Aaron Rodgers for sure. Off of what 8 game stretch. He's a good quarterback. I get it, but they're not Super Bowl contenders. People like the Jordan Love story, and they just see what they like. They saw what happened with Dan Campbell, the Lions. Oh, look at that! They ended strong. They're gonna see the Lions rise. That's what people are seeing with the Packers. I know I'm kind of ranting here, but my bold prediction is Jordan Love's not gonna have the best second year. He's not gonna be like a terrible quarterback, but he's gonna drop off a little bit from his first year as a starter to his second year. That is my bold prediction. Jordan Love numbers will take a dip.
NFL coach on the hottest seat.
An easy one here, Mike McCarthy. When you had an opportunity to take Bill Belichick and you didn't do it, that shadow of Bill Belichick is gonna linger. You need some help there. I have 6 Super Bowl rings. Bill Belichick's going to be hovering over Mike McCarthy.
Hey, not just 6 Super Bowls, baby. A 24-year-old girlfriend.
Oh,
He's got as much energy as he needs, baby.
He's on Pat
ready to go.
McAfee show.
That ticker, that ticker's looking real well, my guy.
He's doing well. He ages. What are you talking about here, NFL? So yes, Bill
He's gonna
Belichick's
get
going to
rid
hover.
of those damn ring cameras, though. That one kind of got him.
What team will end up with the number 1 pick?
This one's easy. They look terrible. Give me the Patriots here. When Brandon Ayuk said, "Forget you guys and your $32 million per year," I don't want to go there. It was for a reason. They look terrible. I like Drake May as a prospect, but and also too, like the Patriots, you guys are scared. Like, come on, like you have a crappy roster. What are you gonna do? Start Jacoby Brissett and win 2 games? Like what are you telling your locker? What are you telling your locker room?
Did you see the memes?
I did not. What do you have?
Oh, it was hilarious. They were like all the Patriots fans trying to hire the Chargers medical team, and it's like they're trying to stab him.
It's actually pretty good. Not funny for Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
Taylor.
I mean, like,
But you gotta play freaking Drake May. You spent the number 3 pick on the guy. You didn't even give up the pick when the Giants called you. Hey, I'll give you whatever you want, man. Just give me the damn pick. You still didn't do it, and you still won't play Drake May. I get your roster's terrible, but what the hell are you proving with Jacoby Brissett? With Jacoby Brissett, he's not gonna win 8 or 9 games and play for pride and passion. No, this team sucks. Like, just take Jacoby Brissett out.
They want to draft high next year. Get him a receiver.
I guess so, but you know this. I can talk to you about this, Dan. What's the best feeling when you know that you have the next franchise quarterback for the next 20 years? You don't give a crap if you lost a bunch of games as a rookie year. When Justin Herbert came on as a rookie, won that damn rookie of the year. You didn't make the playoffs, but you didn't give a shit because you were so excited for year 2. You're excited for the future. That's what the Patriots could have with Drake May, but no, instead they're gonna have this crappy burn it down for another year because this mighty franchise is a terrible franchise again.
What are your division winners for the AFC?
I already mentioned the Bengals, obviously the Chiefs. I know, destroy me in the comments. Chiefs, Bengals.
He's excited.
I went with the Texans. I know Vic's not high on the Texans. I really like the Texans. And then what's my last team? What the hell division?
You have the Bills.
Oh, and the Bills. I think I know Stephon Diggs was going at it at people who don't believe because he had some interview with the GQ magazine. I think Stephon leaving Buffalo is going to make everything easier and more okay. No more drama from your mama. Stephon Diggs leave.
3 wild card teams.
What did I have? Oh,
Angel, we're saving the best for last. Don't worry.
Angel, I don't even remember my picks.
I had the Raiders as a number 7 seed. I know everybody's mad at me because we have a lot of Charger fans here, but I just really like the defense and they have more, I guess, continuity. But yeah, I know they have Tom Telesco. I get it. Okay. And then what the hell did I have? The Colts. I'm not scared about the Anthony Richardson crap from the Bengals joint scrimmage. You can run the damn football you want. Anthony Richardson just score some touchdowns and win the game. And then I had, what's my other team?
Jets.
The Jets. Fernando, maybe I'm hanging out with you too much, but it's a talented roster when they're healthy, but they can't stay healthy. So whatever. F it. That's the way I've been doing these predictions.
3 are the division winners for the NFC.
49ers. They're still a tier above. And then the band's back together with Trent Williams and Brandon Ayuk. And then the North, I have the Detroit Lions, who I think are going to be the best team in the NFC. They're freaking loaded, man. When Puka Nacua went off from them in that playoff game, what did they do? They added like 3 or 4 new cornerbacks, so they're going to be better there. The South, I have the Falcons, which everybody has now. I hate it, but I get it. And the Buccaneers.
Yeah, but the South is a dumpster fire.
Yeah, but I think the Bucs will still be decent. So I almost went back to the Bucs, but that's Fernando's team. I'll stay with the Falcons. And then the East, I don't even like that division. I think I got scared because I made too many on that good stuff picks. So I went with a safe pick with the East, and I went with the Eagles there. I don't know why. I don't like it, but I did.
3 wild card teams.
The Rams, and I'll just say 2 words: Sean McVay. He damn good coach. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And then Cardinals, I really like their OC. I think he's one of the up and coming play callers. I like Marvin Harrison Jr. Yes, I'm also concerned about Kyler Murray. I'm not saying I'm really high on Kyler Murray, but he has Marvin Harrison Jr. They have a good offensive line with Jonah Williams, Paris Johnson Jr. The defense could stink, but again, I'm having fun with these. And what else did I have?
The Bears.
The Bears. Dan does not like this one. I'll say this: if Caleb Williams could tone it down a little bit, because he gets a little, I don't know. He's a confident guy. He feels himself out there, but it's not USC. It's not preseason. Yes, when you get out of the pocket, sometimes make the smart move. It's okay. You don't have to have a freaking laser
That Titans defense is going to take it to him.
I can't wait.
A lot of people
remember what Jeffrey Simmons said. Remember what Jeffrey Simmons said.
Are you going to get some matching? Some matching? You're going to get the blue and the B in the middle and the
somebody
orange?
better paint their nails on the Titans and do it in his face when they sack him. But I could totally see the Titans having an upset. I could definitely see that. But I think as the year progresses, this is a very talented roster. Keenan Allen, very good. So I'm going with the Bears there.
All right, Super Bowl matchup and winner.
Yeah, it's weird. I've been looking at other media outlets and what they're picking. I think we are on this program, we're heavy on the Lions, so I guess there's a trend here. Some people really like the Ravens on a different publication, or like the Packers, whatever.
Packers,
but nobody has my winner. And again, like I put it this way to make it simple terms for you guys. Like it's like Chiefs 3-peat or take the field. I'm taking the field. I'm tired of the Chiefs winning all the time. I know, a surprise, breaking news. Gilberto doesn't like the Chiefs.
I know, for real, all of a sudden.
So I'm going to have fun with an up-and-coming team. I know you guys already know that I've been on this bandwagon. So the Texans beat the Detroit Lions in the Super Bowl. LIX for my team.
If the Texans and Detroit make it to the Super Bowl, number one, that would be amazing. But yeah, right. I think Detroit would beat them.
Yeah, we could. But I feel like that's an easy pick. I don't like to have the easy picks to win the Super Bowl.
All right, I will go next. My 5 teams: Chargers, Jets, Colts, Bengals, Falcons, Bears, and Seahawks.
Seahawks, all right. With what's his name?
Yes, let me know about the Seahawks. I actually kind of like them.
I like Mike McDonald is a guy that I feel like is going to bring a different scheme to that defense.
Now here we have a guy. Sorry,
I think exactly. I think that the way that that Pete Carroll was building that Seahawks defense helps for what Mike McDonald's going to do. I think they have some good corners. They have some good pass rushes. They've drafted well. I think that their defense is going to be very good this year. The offense is where I kind of question it just because of Geno Smith, but I think if they can take them back and then they have the Wazoo offensive coordinator, I think is now their offensive coordinator.
No, right. Washington, not Washington State, but the other Washington.
Wazoo.
Wazoo is Washington State Cougars. He came from Washington Huskies.
Who cares?
Okay. No, UW. There you go. That's the next
UW. That's what it is. UW. Yeah. My bad. Eric is going to kill me for that one.
His name is Ryan Grubb. Ryan Grubb.
So, yeah. There you go. That guy. So I think that they're going to add a different element. I think they have a talented trio at receiver. I think their offensive line is going to get better. For some reason, I just feel like Mike McDonald's going to get that thing going, and I think they're really excited about him. I think they're a team that nobody is talking about. So I said, you know what? Give me the Seahawks. That's a team that nobody's talking about them. So I think they're an up-and-coming team that if in next year's draft they can get a solid quarterback, I think they're built for the future. And obviously, I like that Mike McDonald's coming from the John Harbaugh tree, which obviously comes from the John Harbaugh Sr. Tree. So
Jack. His name is Jack.
Jack. Sorry, it's Jack. But yeah, I like the Seahawks, to be honest. I think they're an up-and-coming team that could take a step forward quicker rather than later. And I think they're going to
They
take
kind of look
themselves
like the Raiders structure a little bit. No, Fernando, good defense, so quarterback, and
Yeah,
good
but I mean
coaching.
that's how the Seahawks were last year with Pete Carroll. It's not like it's a big difference right there if that's what it is.
I have more
That's
questions
the
about
recipe.
the Raiders defense. Like everybody's banking on 2 players for that defense, in my opinion.
There is more.
I'm not talking
depth. I
about
give
you
that.
guys. I'm saying in general, I feel like the
Talk
media
about
is really
Gilberto.
banking on 2
I'm just
guys.
asking questions. That's it.
And that's Max Crosby and it's Max Crosby and it's Christian Wilkins. And I'm kind of like, well, what about the
Good
secondary?
answers,
What
eh?
about the safeties? The linebacker, I think they're actually pretty good at the linebacker. I think those guys disrupt a lot, but I think it's the secondary where I kind of have more questions about them. But with the Seahawks, I feel like they do have players all around. The safety positions they lost a lot, I think. But I think they're I think the Seahawks are a team that I
The
have
depth
this year
up front,
making that
Fernando, is kind of insane to be honest. They got Leonard
Who?
Williams. They got the depth
Yeah.
in the front.
No,
Leonard
they're
Williams,
front.
and they got
Yeah.
Draymond Jones, and they got the
Yeah.
Byron Murphy the second, and they got Uchenna Nwosu, and what's it called? The other guy, Mafe. It's a bunch of guys on that front, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
can I
hear
just all I'll say in terms of my biggest question with Mike McDonald is he going to be Big Fangio? We saw what Big Fangio, he went to the Broncos and he fell miserably. So my biggest thing is, and also we've seen how the NFL catches up to everybody. They've all seen that fake pressure scheme now. These offensive coordinators and NFL coaches, that are offensive minded, are gonna adjust. So that's my biggest questions. There's a lot of guys now that are under that Mike McDonald tree. I think that's where I have some concerns here with the Seahawks. But I love the pick, honestly. The Seahawks are one of those picks that they have the talent. That's part of the reason why Pete Carroll got fired, was because they saw he could no longer beat Kyle Shanahan or Sean McVay, and so you bring somebody who can do that in Mike McDonald. So, but like I said, that's my only question mark with them.
Fun fact: I think Mike McDonald is shorter than Kyler Murray. I'll just say that.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! Why don't you just throw Jesse Minter in there too? Shout out Nancy.
Hey, no,
Good to see
Minter's
you.
taller than Mike McDonald. But yes, shout out to she changed her profile picture.
Shout out.
Marines.
All right. Did you hear that
trending-
Pete Carroll's teaching at USC? By the way,
I did.
how awesome would it be?
I'll take a class at Pete.
No, fuck the class. Coach at USC.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Bring back USC.
yeah.
We got
Why
that
did they won
Mayo.
it? They won that first game because Pete Carroll's hanging around. That's why.
I know. Lincoln Riley's starting to feel that, dude.
All right, trending pick. I'm gonna go with the Packers.
Oh, there you go.
That fading. Okay.
That
good.
fading. Yeah. I don't know about the
I don't know about LaFleur.
Jordan Love got paid. Those receivers are obviously, people have seen them. I do like the receivers. It's just that the health is obviously an issue, like it was at the beginning of the season. Towards the end, guys got healthy, but some of those guys do get injured. Who was another one that and the defense? I have questions about their defense as well. So I went with the Packers. Last to first, Bengals. I don't have to get into it. Obviously, there was no other. I originally put no one, but then Vic caught it and he's like, "Hey, you picked the Bengals to win the division." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about them." So that was the only one I could think of.
With Joe Burrow.
Oh, Nancy, thank him from us for
Thank you
his
for your service.
Shout out,
Thank
shout
you.
out, Nancy.
Awesome. One bold prediction: Spencer Rattler will start for the New Orleans Saints before November.
Hey, I like it. That's a good one.
I think which is the biggest rivalry, Magic versus Bird or Dan versus LaFleur?
I hate that prick.
One day you guys are gonna meet, and I can't wait for it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of his little.
They already did
I'm
meet,
just kidding.
Gilbert.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Well,
not
that's
a
when
thing.
it happened. That's when the rivalry started. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I
because
hate that
yeah.
bastard.
So
You know what? I don't think Brian Kelly treated him enough like shit, honestly. Like, he should have made him clean the toilets on top of parking the cars and everything else out at Central Michigan. You should have
my
made
family.
my
My
family was not very happy on when did they play? Sunday night?
Yeah.
Did you see him slam the table?
All right. NFL coach on the hottest seat, Nick Sirianni. When you fire your offensive coordinator and your defensive coordinator and you bring in a whole bunch of people, that tells you you're on your last legs. You do not have Jason Kelsey in there anymore to kind of be your shield on the offensive line and as a head coach, because he was very big Nick Sirianni, and I liked Nick Sirianni. He was awesome with me when and he was gracious enough to talk to me a couple of years ago when I was on the Notre Dame beat to talk about
Unlike that horse's ass out in Wisconsin.
So
can you
could say
imagine?
maybe Cal would be better for Wisconsin.
Can you imagine a place that's only known for cheese and a mass murderer eating people? Crazy.
So obviously Nick Sirianni's kind of on his last legs. Last time he took an offensive coordinator from the Chargers, it was Shane Steichen. They ended up making it to the Super Bowl with him. Now, obviously, they took Kellen Moore, and now he's in there. I think we all have questions about both coordinators, and Kellen Moore and Vic Fangio. So I don't know how all that's going to shake out, but it's not good. It might not be good for him. What team will end up with the number 1 pick? For my compa, my brother, my tag team partner, Gilbert Manzano, I said the Minnesota Vikings will end up with the number 1 overall pick.
You guys are cute. You guys are cute.
I'm interested what they would do with the number 1 overall pick. Would they go offensive lineman? Would they go the defensive tackle from Michigan? Or could they possibly go Travis Hunter? Can you imagine Travis Hunter? What's his name? The dude from USC.
Addison
and JJ. Justin Jefferson. That would definitely be something.
But as a
crazy.
Receiver, not a corner, you can't go this two-way crap.
Yeah.
No grab ass two-way.
Exactly.
You never know.
Division winners. I have the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Colts, and the Jets.
Why the Colts?
I don't know. There's something about them that
It's because Alberto didn't pick him this year. He didn't play AR-15.
I flipped.
I like Shane Steichen a lot. I think Shane Steichen is a good head coach. I think what he did last year with Minshew in there, I was very surprised. I think their defense is good with Gus Bradley. I think they got better in the draft. I think that the biggest question mark with them is Anthony Richardson. And for some reason, I feel like Anthony Richardson's going to have a good year. He's going to have a healthy year. I feel like they obviously play a lesser schedule than the Texans do. And I feel like there's no real diva in the Colts locker room. I think they're a tight-knit unit. I think that's what Shane Steichen's wanted. I think that goes a long way. So I went with Shane Steichen and Shane Steichen and the Colts? What was I saying? Shane Steichen and the Colts.
And the horses.
And then my last one was the Jets. Obviously, I'm very high on the Jets this year. I truly believe that the Jets are one of those teams that if they went up if both teams were healthy, I think they could beat the Chiefs one-on-one, which I'm sure that would have
a great one.
Yeah, exactly. So
what great one. I already told you how they became great.
All right. The 3 wildcard spots. I have the Chargers, the Bills, and the Ravens. I can't pick the Bills to win the division just because I think they might regret. I'm not going to go on the offensive side. I'm going to go with the defense. Matt Milano's injured. They lost Poyer. They lost Micah Hyde. Did Micah Hyde sign anywhere?
I don't know.
I want to say the Dolphins. Maybe I could be wrong.
No, that was Poyer.
Oh, Poyer, you're right.
Yeah. No,
maybe not.
Micah did sign somewhere. I did remember seeing him somewhere, but whatever. My bad. So I like the Bills. I like the Bills to get a wild card.
You caved on the Ravens, by the way.
Huh? I did. I wasn't gonna go with the Ravens, but I was like, you know what? I couldn't find another team. Like
that's what I'm saying. The number 7 spot is open in the
I know. So after Dante and I fought Dante was fighting me on the Chargers pick, but I was like,
finally.
Harbaugh tells me that I think he is gonna.
You think he's dragging 300-pound sleds to not make the damn playoffs? Are you crazy?
So
he doesn't have counter stallions on the Chargers. Come on.
So I.
By the way, update on Micah Hyde. He might be returning to the Bills.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yes.
Thank you, Vic. So I had the Chargers making it. I just think that I know that there's a lot of I have a lot of question marks about their interior offensive line, the defensive line, like Gilbert said. I have question marks about their secondary. I have question marks about the running backs, the receivers, the tight ends. I have question marks about the whole damn team. But when I see that guy having a stare-off contest with me and a blinking contest, and he says, "You blink first," That tells
With
me
his
that dude is
thick ass glasses.
Yeah. So no, and I don't know. I don't think it's the same energy as we felt before. I don't know. It's just weird. But I have them winning. I think they'll be the 7th seed. I think the Ravens will be the 5th, and I think the Bills will be the number what?
You were like talking all this crap about the Ravens, and you picked them in there.
Yeah. Okay. I still have a lot of question marks.
Wait till
There was
I go.
nobody to pick. Who else was I? Like I don't like the Texans this year. I don't know. There's a lot
Tell
of
them why. Just
weird
tell them the
stuff
one
going on
person.
in
You
there.
know who's the
Really?
one. You
I'm
know who's the
surprised.
one why you don't trust them?
They got
Why?
a loaded roster, but whatever. Go ahead. It's your time.
Because it's Stephon Diggs. I was about to say Gilmore.
And Joe Mixon. I don't trust either one of them. So
Joe Mixon, I heard he has a hell of a right hand or something, doesn't he?
All right. The division winners for the NFC. I went 49ers, Lions, Falcons, Eagles. Same as you guys. So
Okay.
the 3 wild card spots, the Rams, the Seahawks, and the Bucks.
Oh.
I like the Bucks pick.
So and
I
then
like Seahawks.
Super Bowl matchup, Lions over KC. I think the Kansas City terror needs to end. And I think we've seen enough of them. And
I would hope
are-
Dan Campbell would
Give him
stick
crap.
his-
Dan, give him crap. He
I
just had the
wish.
Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Imagine you stressed out for another 2 weeks in Super Bowl.
I would die. I hope if that would happen, he just walks over, spits his water dip onto Patrick Mahomes, just says "F you, baby."
I want to see
all
that.
right. Now, I mean, if nobody has anything else,
No.
we will go.
Is that 3 people
with-
that got the Lions in the Super Bowl at least?
Yeah, I think all of us have the Lions.
I
in the
don't.
Super
I don't
Bowl.
like that. You guys are
I know, we're
jinxing
Lions
these
heavy.
people. They deserve
right.
better.
And what
My
are your
boy
5
Foxy
to 6
deserves
new
better.
teams? That are
5 to
gonna
pick
be-
new teams. Chargers 1. Other
Surprise.
4. Who
You had-
cares? It doesn't even matter.
Okay.
Oh,
you had
the Vikings because I don't
Knock it
trust
outta here.
Gilberto.
Oh,
He's
You
gonna
going
they're
opposite.
gonna make the playoffs. They're gonna make the playoffs because Gilberto picked them. Even though they don't have JJ, I think Sam McDonald's gonna
Okay.
have a revive
All right.
under
McDonald?
Sam
McConnell.
McDonald.
Is it not McDonald? What's his dumbass name?
Darnold.
Oh,
Darnold.
McDermott. Oh,
McDonald.
Darnold. Who gives a shit? He throws.
Something, Mick.
Hey, make me learn your name. I forgot who said that. Make me learn your damn name.
That
I
should
got the
be
first one right.
another a point for you to stay away from the Vikings, okay?
I got the first part right.
You got the
Anyway,
Bengals.
yeah, Bengals, obviously, Joe Burrow's back.
Jets.
They're always going to have a chance. Give me Dr. Aaron Rodgers with his immunization and his ankles healed up. I can't wait. I'm excited. I can't wait to see him win the division over there. Yeah, so we're good. The
The
Falcons,
Falcons.
who cares? It's a dumpster. The NFC. Trending
Trending
pick or
pick or you're
fading?
fading?
Let me think. The Chiefs, because fuck them. That's why. Let's move on. I don't have anything. Who
All
cares?
right,
I can't
okay,
stand
good
them.
analysis.
Why the Chiefs, Dan?
Because I'm tired of them. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. They have, they're right now, their little meetings they have about player behavior and everything is as good as the Georgia meetings they're having down there at the University of Georgia.
Dan,
Because
so,
let me
a
tell
certain
you,
somebody just said, Dan is your very old-fashioned grandpa you take to bed once he gets the sun goes
I hate
down.
this guy. I hate this guy.
You guys
I
know
hate this guy. Yeah,
You
of
know
course.
enough
We
to
know that.
defend
We know
himself.
this moron who always makes up these names. Oh my
Wait, he
God!
changes the name every week.
Every week.
Dano says, good show, Compas. Stafford gets his revenge Sunday night. Go
Okay.
Rams.
Thank you,
There go.
Dano.
Shout out,
And
Dano.
Senor Vivement says,
My
sure, Dan
boy.
and Daygo.
My boy, I have been knighted by Senor Vivement. Shout out.
Okay, Dan, last to first picks.
There you go. Last to first, where the Chargers last. If not, put them first. Because
Okay.
You had Chargers and Bengals.
I had Chargers and Bagels. Okay, awesome. Love it. Because let me tell you something. By week 5 or whenever, freaking Justin Fields is going to start over there in Steel City because Russell Wilson is not the guy. He hasn't been the guy. He's like a myth. He's a myth. You know what propped him up? The Legion of Boom and Mr. Skittles.
Why
man
are you
over
talking
there.
about the Steelers? What's the pick here?
The Bengals? The Bengals are going to do it. I'm not worried about it.
Oh,
Uh,
I think you.
Dan,
Ravens, I don't think you're going to be very good.
These stooges getting on you.
Oh, they got nothing. They got nothing. Do you understand? I'm like the Teflon Dom, baby. Everything just bounces off. Doesn't exist. Doesn't hit me. I don't even know what it is.
All right. What's your bold prediction for the season?
Bold prediction:
Ooh,
the
can't wait.
Chiefs won't make the AFC Championship. That's my bold
That's
prediction.
not bold. Say they won't even make the playoffs. Give them the number 1 pick in the draft.
That's no, that's stupid. I'm not gonna.
No,
do
Dan
this.
doesn't want Travis Hunter going there.
Yeah, I know exactly. I want them to pick right in between where they get crappy players who have DUIs or they do all that stuff. So,
All right.
anyway, yeah. Oh, the bold prediction. Did I have another one? I thought of one. I guess not. But
You could use the Bears.
what was? Oh, that he's a bust. Oh, is that too exciting for everybody? Caleb Williams is a bust. I don't know. We'll see.
NFL head coach on the.
Oh, so this one for me, easy. Either Mike McDaniel, I think, because he signed,
He just resigned.
excuse me, he just resigned.
Yeah,
Yeah, he just got a contract.
they get a new
extension.
contract.
Oh, I
2028.
forgot. I think that's what you told me.
Yeah, I told you
about that.
that, dumbass.
I forgot. It's the Tua thing. Tua sucks. They're not going to be very good. It'll happen soon. All right. The other one
You
is
said Matt Eberflus.
Oh, Eberflus. Well, that's going to be easy because
He meant Matt LaFleur, the other Matt.
No, yeah, well, he still has a little bit because of Jordan Love. I was gonna say the Al Qaeda enthusiast. I'll say that if the Bills don't do well this year, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he's he didn't sign an
9/11?
extension, right?
No.
Okay, good. Yeah, so I'll go with McDermott. He's gonna be on the hot seat.
Someone put him to bed already.
That dumbass stuff.
What team will end up with the
Oh,
number one
Angel,
pick?
I saw a little thing that supposedly the breakup's imminent. We'll find out. I think they're living their life like the boys right now. They got to wait for the appropriate polling numbers.
What's your who will end the number one?
With the number 1 pick, who
put the
cares?
New Orleans
Let's
Saints.
see. There you go, the Saints. Because Dennis Allen, Derek Carr, he's exactly like Sid from Toy Story. He's a weirdo. No, I'm good.
All right, who wins the divisions in the AFC, Dan? AFC
Okay.
West.
West, easy. Both. Let's go.
AFC North.
Who cares? Doesn't even matter.
You have
Probably
the Bengals.
Bengals. Yeah.
Oh, you forgot.
I just think the Ravens are going to be not as good as what everyone thinks, even with Derrick Henry. I'm not.
Thank
worried about
you.
it.
Finally.
The Colts.
Oh, I changed my mind. Then let me go back. Yeah,
You
give
have
me
the
Shane
Colts.
Steichen in the Colts. Shout out. East, give
And
me
then you had the Jets.
Dr. Rogers. Dr. Rogers.
All right. Now your 3 wild card teams in the AFC. You have
Okay,
the
who
Chiefs,
did I have?
the Chiefs, the Texans, and the
Chiefs.
Ravens.
Yeah, Chiefs, Texans, Ravens. No, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
Chiefs, who cares?
That's what
Texans,
That's what you
Ravens.
have.
Just
Oh, I
crapping
don't
the
know.
Ravens right now. What?
They're not going to make the playoffs.
He crapped
Who
the
knows?
Texans and the Ravens and the Chiefs, and they're all your 3 wild card teams.
Who else am I going to put in there? Let me put the Raiders.
Raiders.
Let me put, who else? Let me think of another crappy team who could possibly sneak in there. The Patriots.
right.
How about that? I'll just go opposite of Alberto.
The Broncos.
The Dolphins.
All right.
The
Oh,
Broncos.
the Dolphins. Okay. Don't get carried away
showed
with the,
up to
with
All
the
right. The
Dolphins.
division
and I saw
Division
Bo Nix,
winners.
and I said,
you have a drink of your diet. Have your drink of your Diet Coke. Division winners for the NFC. NFC West.
"Who cares?" The Niners. I
You
don't know.
have
They'll
the-
choke again in the
The
playoffs.
49ers.
Yeah, they'll choke. Kyle
You
Shanahan,
have,
choke artist. Instead of Houdini, the escape
Your
artist,
playoff picks,
he's
huh?
Shanahan. Yeah,
Dan
Who
did
else?
have the Bucks winning the division though.
Okay.
for the South.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go. I like their logo. I like the battleship they have in the stadium. That'll give
Good.
them 2 or 3
Good
more
analysis.
wins. There you
Yeah.
go.
Can I say
all right.
that we're these
Yeah.
these 2 teams are screwed. The Eagles and the Falcons and the Bengals because we all picked them.
I know.
Yeah.
For real.
I'll pick. You know what? I'll go. Give me the Giants in the East. I like what they're doing
Oh
over there.
my
And
Oh, wow.
I like their Hard Knocks presentations. They were pretty good.
All
I
right.
like that.
3 wild card spots. You had the Rams, the Falcons, and the Packers.
Yeah, that one's
Packers.
No. The problem is I don't want to get the Bears and I don't want the Packers. I guess whatever. Who cares? He gets knocked out in the first round. This guy's a dumbass. I hate this guy. Oh, but you're not going to delete that comment, huh? Crazy. This guy's a.
Your friends
I'm
are
gonna
here.
kill him
What's
when I
your
see him.
Super Bowl pick?
Who did I put?
The Lions against anybody but KC.
There you go. The Lions against anybody but KC. Good.
So the
Doesn't
Patriots.
matter. Let the Lions win. There you go. If the Lion, I love that you leave it up. By the way, letting this bastard do what he wants. Jeez Louise, I hate this guy. Oh.
Oh,
Anyway,
Anybody but the Chiefs. Let the freaking Lions win it. I would love to see that.
All right. So yeah, those were all of our picks. Let's go real quick with
Rapid
Two
fire.
Lions. The
all
brothers
right,
got the Lions
everybody
winning the
just
whole
quickly go with your comeback player of the year. Gilbert, go ahead.
thing. Easy. Aaron Rodgers have one good game. He's gonna win the damn award.
Dan.
DeMar Hamlin.
Ricky Pearson.
He got robbed last year.
Vic.
OJ
You know they
Simpson,
have
he's
him
coming back.
How do I follow that up?
You know
OJ
that they
Simpson,
have
he's
him
coming back.
listed as a starter, Dan?
I'm gonna go with Trevon Diggs. He's gonna get a bunch of interceptions in that Mike Zimmer defense. All right, Fernando, you're up.
Dan, you know that they have DeMar Hamlin as a starter for listed for the Bills?
Do they?
Yeah.
All right.
He got cut, didn't he?
No, he didn't get
set
cut.
him up.
All right. I have
He's not
JK.
cut. They still kept him.
He's still on the team.
You can call this a homer pick. I don't give a shit. J.K. Dobbins. I think J.K. Dobbins is the guy that
Homer alert.
no. He's had a bunch of injuries. I think this could be his
What the
bounce
hell?
back. And
I chose Gus Edwards in my fantasy league. Damn you, Fernando. I chose the wrong running back, apparently.
No. Gus Edwards is gonna score a touchdown.
You're a curse. Don't draft Charger players, you
Well, J.K.
bastard.
Dobbins is going to win the damn comeback
If
player of the year
Gus
now.
Edwards gets hurt, I'm going to be pissed.
Hey, have you tried asking him questions in Spanish? Apparently, he knows Spanish.
Oh, so so Tony knows Spanish. I asked Tony about that, and he's
Talking
like,
about Tony, I wanted to get to this comment. Sorry, I know that she's been asking. So go ahead. Sorry, I'll put it up right now. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, put it up.
Okay.
Oh, was that the one from Nancy about
Yes.
getting cut? Is he
Yes.
not on the practice squad? I'm surprised.
No.
Yeah,
So
he is.
Nancy,
Yes.
I don't know. They haven't said yet, but the reason why I believe that happened is because they didn't want Easton to go over. Like if the Raiders got Easton, be like, hey, this is everything
Hey,
that happened.
thank
This is
Tom.
what-
Shout out, dude.
What does he have on these people? Like
He
blackmail?
knows where the bodies are buried. Damn
I
it.
don't know.
He was
But
there
I
for
think
the
that's
whole
the
thing.
reason why they decided to go another route. I still think
Jeez.
Tony's going to play against the Raiders, though. But all right, my
Oh,
I
I can't believe it.
Dobbins.
Surprise again. Whatever. Okay.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, Dan. Go ahead.
Offensive Rookie of the Year.
You
Color
said
me.
anybody but Caleb Williams.
There you go. Anybody but Caleb Williams. I
Okay.
think he's going to be trash. There you go. Next.
Vic, go ahead. Or Gilbert,
well,
you're already on the screen.
Just to be
His show.
different, Jaden Daniels.
Oh wow.
Oh,
You had Marvin Harrison Jr. on here, but okay. Vic, go ahead.
Well, who's going to get him the ball?
Okay,
Kyler Murray's not going to get him the ball.
Yeah, co-offensive rookie of the year is Marvin Harrison Jr. and Jaden Daniels.
How is he going to
Vic.
look over those offensive
Yeah.
linemen, dude?
It's not because I think he's going to be great. This is just a quarterback award, as we've seen. You had even if you had Puka Nacua break the rookie receiving record, and he still lost out to C.J. Stroud. So I just went with the favorite. I went with Caleb Williams.
I went with Malik Neighbors. I know it's Daniel Jones throwing him the ball, but I think Malik
Brown,
Neighbors might be able
didn't
to.
you hear what I said? They're making the damn playoffs. He's going to go for 2,000
Okay.
yards, dude.
There you go.
2,000
You're
yards.
welcome.
All right, defensive player
Nostradamus.
of the year. Go ahead, Dan.
Defensive player of the year. Who cares? Let's move on to the next
Latu.
one.
You got a lot.
There you go. Latu. There you go. Shout
The
out.
Colts.
Go get some. There you go. Because again, they're going to make the playoffs and win the division. Shout out, dude.
I'm also taking Leatu Latu from that school in Los Angeles.
The left
All right, I'm going with Jared Verse. I think Jared Verse is going to fit well into that Ram scheme. I think he'll get multiple sacks. I think he's going to be a player that really shines under that defensive scheme. So I went with him. Vic?
I went with Dallas Turner. Brian Flores loves blitzing. You put Dallas Turner there. This is the best defensive end he's had in a while. So I really like Dallas Turner. I thought about Jared Verse, Fernando, but I think Braden Fisk, their second round pick, is actually going to split votes with him. That's why I didn't go with him, and I just think Dallas Turner is going to do really well with Brian Flores. Sorry.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Honorable mention Caleb Williams with 15 picks or 20.
Vikings are terrible.
Coach of the year, Gilbert.
Dan, I'm sorry. Dan Campbell. He's due for a victory here, coach. He should have got it maybe last year. For some reason, they're overlooking him, but Dan Campbell's doing an excellent job. You get the number 1 seed, you better win the damn award.
Coach of the year, Vic.
For me, I talked about it, Brian Callahan. This award usually goes to a new coach, somebody who like nobody has any expectations. I have the Titans winning that division. We saw what happened last season with the Browns, where they went to the playoffs with 4 quarterbacks. I mean, I just think Brian Callahan is one of those guys. I really think he's going to do a good job. And I'll leave it to Dan as to who he's going with here.
I love the way this moron doesn't even know how to spell Campbell correctly. Jesus God. That's that education at that lesser school.
Go ahead, Dan.
Jeez. I'll go with my boy, Senor Vimois, Jim Harbaugh. He's going to make the playoffs.
Hey.
He's going to shock the Chiefs.
I'm going better than Jim Harbaugh, Dad.
Nobody, baby.
I'm going to go with Mike McDonald. I already said Seahawks will make the playoffs, so
Sorry.
I said F it. I'm going to go with him. What?
Nothing. He's a nice guy.
Chaparrito. That's what he said. Chaparrito.
Oh,
He's a small dude.
Are you a heightist?
No, that's you.
Kinda
all right.
Murray.
Offensive
that's
player of
true.
the
I
year,
admit it.
Dan.
Offensive player of the year. Gee whiz. Let me
You had
think
Garrett
about
Wilson.
this. The son of Odin throwing for 10,000 yards. Next.
Okay.
All right.
Just pick every Charger for the awards.
Vic.
I went with Brees Hall. I think, you guys talked about how good that defense is going to be. Part of the reason they're going to win that division is because Brees Hall is not only going to run the ball, but he's also going to catch the ball out of the backfield. I went with Bijan. I went with Bijan, but I saw someone else went with it, so I changed my pick and went with another running back.
I'm going to go Brandon Ayuk. I think Brandon Ayuk is going to be a guy that comes out. He got paid. He's going to want to show this team what they almost lost. I think he's going to light a fire under his ass, and I'll go. I just decided to go off the cuff. I didn't want to go Jamar Chase. I didn't want to go Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. So I decided to go different, and I thought
Joe Burrow or Jamar Chase hasn't been signed, right?
No. According to our compa Tyler Dragon, they haven't even had talks, I think is what he said. So the communication's lost. Gilbert, go ahead.
I was that guy who took Bijan Robinson, Arthur Smith, get the hell out of town and let Bijan cook. There you go.
There you go. Defensive player of the year, Gilbert, since you're already on the screen.
What the hell did I have?
Quinnen Williams.
Quinnen Williams.
Oh, yeah, why not? Like you made the pick for offensive player of the year. Defensive tackles don't get enough love here, and maybe you could agree, Dan, but they are dominant players, so give Quinnen Williams the love here.
Dan, go ahead.
Defensive player of the year. Remind me.
You had Aiden Hutchinson.
Oh yeah, Aiden Hutchinson. They're gonna have
one.
a great year. I can't wait to get the. Then he's gonna face that LaFleur offense that's so vanilla and just shit every year. So he's gonna 2 times a year. So he's gonna get a few sacks in that game. What? They're gonna make it to the playoffs. What?
I went TJ Watt.
Oh come on, that guy
stays
can't even
healthy.
stay on the heel. Yeah.
That's
Can you believe it's like a hot take to say TJ Watt's not as good as people think? Availability.
When healthy, he's the best edge rusher in the game.
Availability.
No,
I don't know
no.
about that.
No, I
Availability.
agree with Dan. Look who he has. The guy who is underrated on that team is Alonzo Highsmith on the other side. And Hayward, having those guys on that team really helps him. I'm sorry. And he's not great against the run either. Like that's another thing.
I don't know. When you're averaging 20 sacks per season, he's pretty damn good in my book. But he can't stay healthy.
I'm just gonna go TJ Watt because I feel like they're gonna finally give it to him. Jesus. All right.
He's won it like twice. No,
here. Let me give you mine. Mine is Max Crosby. It's a narrative award. They always give it to a defensive end. We've seen this. My pick was going to be between him and Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons has been in the top 3 the last 3 seasons, but I just don't think that defense is going to be that good just because they lost a lot of talent. They just lost Deron Bland. If you're Max Crosby and you're adding a Christian Wilkins, plus you have other guys on that defense, it's time for you to get that award. It's a narrative award. Everybody's been talking about how great this defense is. So if you're gonna win it, this is the year to do it.
All right, let's go with the most valuable player. We'll go Dan last. Vic, you're already on there. Go with yours.
I'm gonna go with Jared Goff, and I know everybody's gonna be like, "What? What are you talking about?" As we talked about with the Lions. This award goes to the best team. Last season, it was the Ravens. I think the Lions are going to have the best record, as we talked about. They have, what was it, 14 games indoors this season. It's going to help them get the number 1 seed, and I think they're going to end up with the best record. I have them going 14-3 this season. So I just think if you're the quarterback on the best team, as we saw with Lamar Jackson, you're going to win the award. So that's why I went with Jared Goff.
Gilbert.
My guy is actually a superstar, but to go off of Vic's point here, the Texans are going to be the best team in football because I picked them to win the Super Bowl. So CJ Stroud's going to win MVP.
I went with Patrick Mahomes. He's due one. They're gonna want to give it
Oh,
to him.
for
So
God's sake!
think-
I'm up here with a bunch of lames over here. What's going
Your
on?
own brother, Dan. Come on.
all right, Dan, who is
And
gonna be
you,
the MVP
Brutus?
this year?
Who cares? It only
No,
matters about
you-
Super Bowl
Son of Odin.
MVPs.
You
Son
had
of Odin. Son of Odin's gonna
No,
win. both
Lad
of them.
McConkey.
Who did you have,
Lad
Dan?
McConkey.
Who did I have?
Joe
you had
Alt.
a certain chief.
J.K. Davids.
Oh, I had a certain chief. Oh, Taylor
Yeah.
Swift. That's
No,
No.
Andy Reid.
Big Red.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. I don't have this in front of me. That's right. Andy Reid's going to be the MVP because that team is not going anywhere without Andy Reid. So, the
Somebody
best
screenshot this shit. If Jared Goff is MVP, I will sign up to be an exotic dancer at Hong Kong. Somebody screenshot
That will
this.
never happen.
Yeah.
'Cause
No,
you
we'll
guys
hold
know
his ass
him
to the fire.
saying,
We'll hold his ass to the fire.
Oh yeah, he's gonna do it. So
No, the only thing I want Justin Herbert
Now I'm gonna
to
go
win.
put in a bet for Jared Goff for MVP. I don't know
There
what
you
it's at
go.
right now, but
Oh, you know what's funny? That asshole has a curse just like Gilberto. The opposite
yeah.
happens.
They curses. Anybody who hangs out with you, apparently.
No,
all right.
it's a you guys thing.
Okay.
let's
that was
finish up the
awesome, guys. Pretty efficient, good stuff. Now, before we leave, we are picking games. We're back at it. Obviously, Kirk retired because he said, "I'm going to destroy you guys. You guys are terrible."
Yeah, Gilberto
so-
lost to him.
Well,
You lost to a cat one year, I think. Or
I
was
don't
that
think
me?
I did.
so let's pick these games. Dan, Ravens at Chiefs.
This is like you just hand me a grenade. Like I don't even know.
You don't even care.
I think they're both going to be bad. Give me because I hate the Chiefs. Where's it at? Actually, I'll take the home
In
team.
Kansas City.
Oh God. Whatever. Taylor Swift's not going to lose the home opener. Give me the Chiefs.
I will go with the Chiefs as well. Vic,
give me the Ravens.
Gilbert.
I've been crapping on the Ravens all day, so give me the Chiefs.
All right, here's the funny one. Packers at Eagles in Brazil. Dan.
Stay safe.
Oh, yeah. Did you see those comments? Who was it? Who was it that said they didn't want to
Darius
go
Slay.
down there? Yeah. Who is it? Eagles and
Slay.
Ravens.
Just Slay.
Slay.
Just Slay.
No, I know. Darius Slay. I don't do those nicknames.
Okay. No,
What's,
that's his last name.
Yeah, but you said the Slay. I thought,
No, he hates being called by his first name.
what a weirdo.
I know.
Anyway, what did you say? It was Eagles.
Packers
Who?
at Bengals.
Packers. No,
That's in
Packers at
Brazil?
Eagles.
Or Packers at Eagles. Packers at Eagles.
In Brazil?
Yes.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Yeah, give me the Eagles. The Packers aren't going to know what hit them.
I will go with the Eagles as well. Gilbert.
God.
Yeah, Eagles. It's actually a tough game to pick. Give me the Eagles.
Yeah, it's going to be
Vic?
a dumpster fire.
Give me the Packers.
Texans at Colts. I will go with the Colts. Vic.
Give me the Colts too.
Gilbert.
My Texans.
Dan.
He's an oil baron all of a sudden, this bastard.
Yeah.
Give me the
Those guys are
Colts.
rich.
They're winning the division.
Cowboys at Browns. Give me the upset. I'll go with the Browns.
I think they're
Gilbert.
the favorites, actually. But sure.
Oh wow.
Yeah, give me also the Browns. They're at home.
Vic.
I don't want to pick the same teams. Give me the Cowboys, even though I think they'll lose.
Dan. It's Tom Brady's first game too.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is Deshaun Watson in the lineup?
Yeah.
How rested
Although
is
he hasn't played or practiced, I
No,
heard.
nothing. Yeah.
Oh,
no,
so
it's
he's
been
very
weird.
rested.
Yeah.
He's been getting special treatments over there.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's
What do
make
you
the
have?
pick.
Give me Big Mike. Smashing watermelons. He's on the hot seat.
All right. Last one. This is the heavyweight. Jets at 49ers.
Oh,
I'm going to go with the Jets. Jets.
Wow,
I think
look
the
at you.
49ers have taken two. There's been two guys that haven't been in there. I think it's going to take them a little bit to get going. So I'll go with the Jets. Gilbert.
Until I see A-Rod playing more than 4 snaps in a game, I'm going with the other team. So give me the 49ers.
All right, Vic.
Give me the 49ers.
Dan.
Shanahan will choke. Give me Aaron Rodgers. He's the OC of his
All
own
right.
team.
And before we head out, I have a very special video for Dan since he returned. And then after that, we will head
Many
out.
men.
It'll be quick. Dan, check this out.
To predict Shador and Travis going in the draft.
Oh,
4.
listen.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
Anywhere from 1 to 4. One
Don't
of
forget
them is-
Shiloh.
Hold on.
That's what I'm talking about.
One of them is
Let's
going to be
speak it
one.
into existence.
And the latter one would not go behind 4.
Wow.
Now, all this is subjective because I know where I kind of want them to go.
Mhm.
And let's not forget Shallow. Okay? But I know where I want them.
Oh,
So
crap.
certain cities that